Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank, where I climb the online VGC 19 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. We're going to jump straight into things, don't want to take too much of your time talking before the game, but thank you to everyone who watched yesterday's episode and who left supportive comments. Really means the world to me, and as long as you guys continue to come out and watch and support Road to Rank, I will continue to do it. So, like I mentioned, looking to get back on a more consistent content grind. Anyway, first game today, up against a really interesting team. There's a lot of cool stuff, like the Alolan Persian and opposing now Ego, a Bronzong, and a Salamence as well. So, lots of interesting stuff happening here. Bronzong is going to be tricky. It's not a fun Pokemon to go up against. So, for that reason, I definitely need Incineroar and Rayquaza, because those are the only two things that can even really touch it for super effective damage. So, those two are a given. I think Xerneas is still worth bringing because of its matchup against Salamence, Yveltal, and Alolan Persian. And for the last one, that's going to be tricky. Well, I definitely should be bringing Feeny here as well. So the question is, am I comfortable dropping Ego and Amoonguss in this matchup? Because Amoonguss could actually be quite good to counter a potential Trick Room from Bronzong, and Ego can one-shot Salamence and Yveltal. But I think I'm okay with that. Incineroar Feeny seems like an okay lead here. Although it does lose to like Persian Ego specifically. I'll still go with it. I should survive a Power Gem. Although, yeah, maybe my Ego answers aren't that great in here. It's an interesting team matchup for sure. I'm not really sure how to approach it. Of course, the team I'm using is built by PadoVGC. I'll be using this for probably just one more episode. And like I mentioned in yesterday's episode, my goal in these next couple of weeks is just to learn the metagame as quickly as possible and get good at it by trying out some of the top performing teams from different tournaments. As always, if you guys enjoy, please share support by leaving a like. I really appreciate it. And thanks again for all your awesome comments and support. Persian and Bronzong against Incineroar and Feeny. Okay. This is super interesting. I don't really like my matchup here, honestly. Well, Persian will get a fast fake out off. Bronzong probably wants to Trick Room. Z Hypnosis is what I'm worried about. Although, yeah, having Terrain really helps me out a lot in that regard. The goal should really be knock out Bronzong, because that's the main threat to my Xerneas. Yeah, I think turn one I'm just gonna go straight for damage onto Bronzong. I mean, Persian surely fakes out one of the two. Oh, yeah, actually parting shots. Yeah, that works too. So I'm hoping like Groudon just comes in and like I just cheese Feeny. Although I'm gonna reveal Scald this turn, which is unfortunate. Burn onto the Bronzong would be quite nice. Yeah, this is just gonna be a weird game. Groudon actually does end up coming out. So I'm revealing Scald here, but my opponent still has to play around it because I've got Rayquaza on the back. Man, could you imagine if I U-turn with Incineroar and just, or not U-turn, just hard switched and Scalded? But that play would never make any sense, I don't think. I'm still gonna get a fire boosted, or sorry, sun boosted Flare Blitz into Bronzong. Even at -1, that should do a considerable amount. I would say it could be heat proof Bronzong, so I don't know exactly how much it'll do, but that's still very good damage for one of the biggest threats I have to go up against. Yeah, Trick Room goes up, but see now I have revealed Scald, but my opponent doesn't really have any way around it. Right, like I can just still go out into Rayquaza and Scald. Incineroar should be faster than Groudon, but I'd rather hard switch. I don't want to. I actually don't remember this Incineroar spread off the top of my head. I think it should underspeed it, but I don't really need the U-turn damage anyway. I mean, this is such an obvious play, so I think like Groudon has to protect, but like what are you gonna do with Bronzong? You can't Hypnosis the Tapu Fini. Yeah, okay, so that's obvious, but I get the free switching into Rayquaza, and now I can just like crunch Bronzong. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Like, you have to switch the Groudon out now. Yeah, Groudon 100% switches out. Probably back out into Persian. I want to conserve Rayquaza. Yeah, like I don't want to take the Gyro Ball if I don't need to. So I'm thinking maybe I should just switch back out into Incineroar. I could also just Scald Crunch here, honestly. I'm gonna not Mega Evolve to conserve my ability. Yeah, so Groudon switches out, which is obvious. I guess I should have U-turned to take the Gyro Ball last turn. I don't know about that. Oh, he's gonna Blind Hypnosis. That's fine. I don't think I played this very well, to be honest. I don't like what I switched in. I should have just U-turned, honestly. Wow, that did a lot. Was that a crit? Not even, jeez. Huh, impressive damage. Okay. Take a turn to sleep. I'm gonna switch out into Incineroar here. Yeah. I just need to make sure Rayquaza doesn't faint. I don't really need it around in this game. I don't need it to attack. I just need to knock out Groudon. I really don't like how I didn't U-turn out with Incineroar, because that definitely should be outspeeding even min-speed Groudon in Trick Room, I think. Because it doesn't have any speed investment, so U-turn just would have been safer. But I just wasn't 100% confident on that, which is why I went with that. But I still feel like I'm in a pretty decent position right now. Okay. That's fine. Probably gonna see a parting shot come out from the Persian into the Tapu Fini. Does it have a berry? Nope. Oh wow, went into Rayquaza. Well, Scald has done a ton of damage so far. Like, this Fini has actually been putting on an immense offensive pressure, which is really nice. Like, I guess you bring the... Do you even bring Groudon back in? Like, I don't know. That's why I think Scald on this Fini is so genius, and like it makes the team so much stronger. Like, it was such a nice call by Pado and team building. So it's gonna be now Ego. Okay. Interesting. Think how many turns of Trick Room more left? Just one. Question here is, do I predict the now Ego to protect? Like, Bronzong's not doing anything right now, so I think I actually want to Light Screen and Snarl. Because I expect now Ego to be protecting here. Bronzong switching out isn't too shocking either into Persian, okay. Yeah, so through this I get Light Screen up, which is perfect. And that's really, really essential against this now Ego. Okay. I do have to really be careful about Fini though. Like, it's very essential I conserve that to deal with the Groudon. I think Icy Wind and U-turn here is fine. Yeah. Probably fake out into Tapu Fini. Yep. Sludge Bomb? Rocky MZ or... Okay, that's fine. I don't mind that. I'd rather... I think Incineroar might even take this with the Light Screen. I'm not entirely sure. If it does, that puts us in quite a good spot. So let's see. The issue is that I took the Blind Hypnosis with Rayquaza. Like, I'm not happy about how I played this game so far, to be honest, but we'll talk about that after the game's over. Yeah, we survived. Nice. Yeah, Light Screen on this Tapu Fini set is just so freaking good, dude. Okay. I'm gonna bring out Rayquaza right now. Yeah, it's just an awkward position to be in, kind of. I'm gonna Icy Wind, and I don't want to Mega Evolve because I want to conserve it for the Groudon if it comes in. So I'm just gonna Icy Wind Earth Power here. Even if I don't wake up, like, Rayquaza should take a double up And okay, he's gonna protect, so that gives me another turn to wake up with Rayquaza, which is nice. He's just gonna foul play, okay. That does a lot. We do stay asleep, which is kind of scary. Okay, this Persian goes down. So this is pretty good because you have to bring out Bronzong and the now you go protected. So I can freely Earth Power Scald. Yeah. Yeah, I might actually switch out the Rayquaza back out into Incineroar actually. This is a weird game, but I don't think I played it well. But it's still anyone's game. Man, he's probably gonna blind Hypnosis. What to do here? I still got Light Screen up. I could switch Rayquaza, but I think I'm gonna eat a Power Gem into that slot. I think you Power Gem Rayquaza and go for Hypnosis. So I'm gonna double up into now you go with an Earth Power and a Scald. If I wake up, I think I win. Even if not, then it gets dicey if he hits the Hypnosis as well. I probably should have switched out Feeny for Misty Terrain. Man, I just really don't like how I play this game, but okay. Let's see if Rayquaza can wake up here. It's taken 2 turns. Nice, okay. I don't know if that gets the knockout. Let's see. Okay, nice. Yeah, I don't like having needed to rely on that. No knockout. He actually just goes for Gyro Ball. Okay. That's fine by me. Like, that makes, obviously, things a little trickier, but that's still fine, because I can just bring out Incin. Do I want to bring out Incineroar? If I bring out Incineroar, I can just fake out Bronzong. Actually, Xerneas is probably just better. Yeah, what I can do is bring out Xerneas, switch Tapu Fini out into Incineroar for the Intimidate, Moonblast Bronzong, and then fake out Geomancy. I don't know, I mean, I feel like I have control of the game right now, but I still, like, feel like I should have much better control. But let's win the game first. Of course, he might just Precipice Blades here, which would knock out Incineroar. So maybe it actually would have been better to stay in with Feeny here. But I do want the initial Intimidate off against the Groudon. And I have to Moonblast Bronzong here, I think. We've seen Gravity, Gyro Ball, Trick Room, and Hypnosis. So we know it doesn't have Protect, which is good. Actually, switching an Incineroar there really might have been a throw. The more I think about it, because I need to conserve that fake out. So yeah, I've been playing poorly this whole game. Man. Let's see. Precipice Blades? No, he Fire Punches. Yeah, okay. Then that should be game. Still really not well played on my end, but let me fake out Geomancy first, and then he could crit Precipice Blades too, so it's not necessarily over. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't like how I played this because like not you turning out was a mistake with Incineroar. I just wasn't confident enough with the speed tier, so that was bad. He actually technically could still have Roar Groudon, but I think I should do enough damage at this point that it shouldn't matter. So not you turning out was bad because Rayquaza ended up getting hit by that Hypnosis, so that was pretty bad. Switching out Feeny last turn was kind of questionable in case the Precipice Blades came out. Like, the Xerneas is really bulky, which is why I was confident, but it was like I'm in a position where if I get crit, I lose, and I'm not the biggest fan of that either. Okay, let's say he has Roar. Assuming he does, I should just go for as much damage as possible. Even a crit Precipice Blades might not knock me out. And 2 Moonblasts should, plus Icy Wind from Feeny. Yeah. Okay. And Incineroar dodges it, so that should seal it up. Yeah, the Xerneas is way too tanky. So Persian was pretty cool to see. I mean, I pivoted myself into a good position. I just feel like this matchup is so good that I shouldn't have been in a spot where... Like, also Rayquaza, if Rayquaza didn't wake up there, then things would have been pretty bad for me as well, I think. So I'm not a fan of how I played that really at all. So, okay, like going back and looking through all the turns, turn 1 was obviously fine. Yeah, not you turning out with Incineroar was just silly. Like, I'm pretty sure even min speed Groudon isn't going to outspeed Incineroar. I just wasn't 100% confident on that, so I kind of like tunnel vision, but that was a pretty blatant misplay. One that was really, really bad, honestly, because Rayquaza being asleep made my life a little bit more difficult. I'm trying to think what else could have been better. Yeah, in the end, I ended up, when I switched Feeny out into Incineroar, like, Precipice Blades you saw did so little damage to my Xerneas, because the Xerneas is like almost max HP and defense, which is why I was like, okay, even if you Precipice Blades, I'll get the Geomancy off, and like, Precipice Blades has like a minuscule chance, I think, at -1 to 3-hit KO. So, all I need is 2 Moonblasts plus Icy Wind, and I'll be enough. So at that point, I just have to deal with crit chances. So yeah, I don't feel that bad, I guess, about switching in the Incineroar there. I think getting that first Intimidate off is really essential. So even if my opponent Precipice Blades there, the Xerneas is so bulky that I should be able to get 2 Moonblasts after the Geomancy, because I'll still be at like 70% or so. Yeah, even if he crits one, I'll survive. So yeah, that ended up being okay, I guess. So the end game was okay, but yeah, the fact that the Rayquaza ate the Blind Hypnosis was pretty bad on my end. And the Gyro Ball. Sorry, yeah, that turn the Gyro Ball happened, and then I ate the Hypnosis later on. Plus, like, it was obvious that Groudon had to protect in that position earlier on, and I was just targeting with Scald just to be safe, but, like, in that position, my opponent can't play risky at all, so, yeah. I don't know, we ended up getting the win, but I think there was a lot I could have done better in that game, to be honest, but let's get to analyze it. I think Pokemon choice-wise, we definitely brought the right Pokemon. Like, now Egon and Amoonguss really aren't going to do too much for us there. You need Feeny, Incineroar, and Rayquaza, and I think Xerneas is a good last member to have, too. So, just could have been better executed on my end, but you gotta live and you learn. Okay, there's a Chansey in this one, which I don't like to see, as well as a Gastrodon and Ferrothorn. Oh man, Gastrodon plus Groudon is actually really interesting and scary, because I can't just blindly Scald it, so Rayquaza is going to be essential. I definitely am bringing Rayquaza and Incineroar. I feel like I should be bringing one of Amoonguss or Now You Go for Clear Smog into Chansey. It actually might be better to bring... No, I'll still bring Now You Go. The damage against Mega Gengar is good. So Rayquaza, Now You Go, Incineroar. Do I not want to bring Tapu Fini? Like Fini, not bringing Fini against Groudon just seems like a blatant misplay, but that would mean not bringing Xerneas. I'll go with the classic Fini, Now You Go, Rayquaza. I guess I'm not bringing Xerneas this game. That seems like a mistake though, because Xerneas is so good on this team. But I kind of panicked seeing things like Ferrothorn and Gastrodon. So, alright, we'll see if we can win with one restricted. I feel confident enough that we can, but it's a scary thing to team to stare down in team preview. Xerneas and Chansey. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty ideal, I think. I'm just gonna Sludge Bomb Icy Wind turn 1. If Chansey wants to minimize, like, I can just haze it at any point. So I'm not really worried about that. And Chansey also can't Toxic me right now. So, yeah, I just want to Icy Wind in case the Xerneas tries to get fancy and switch out into Groudon. He's gonna Protect, but that's fine. I can just Sludge Bomb it next turn. Unless Chansey has, like, Earthquake or, or some ground type attack, but that's not even gonna knock out Now You Go. Like, I assume he's just gonna minimize. Let's see. Oh, that's actually more viable. Okay. Light screen, cool. Well, you're not gonna do any damage to me anyway, so I'm actually just gonna outright haze here. It gets rid of the speed drop on Chansey, but that doesn't really matter. Because he might now just try to click Geomancy. Although that would still be kind of ballsy in front of a Tapu Fini and a Nao Ego, but it's whatever. And I'll destroy Chansey with Rayquaza in the late game. Okay. I mean, if you Geomancy here, I'm just going to get rid of the boosts anyway. So I'm hoping to see Geomancy. What is going on? Okay, well, clearly he doesn't want to click Geomancy. He also has Grass Knot, which is, what the heck. I'm going to Light Screen here, then. Yeah, I'm going to take this time to Light Screen up. And I'm going to just keep Sludge Bombing. I mean, yeah, like, maybe I should have brought Xerneas out to deal with Chansey here, but... we might be in for a long game, ladies and gents. Okay, just going to swap out Groudon. Okay, sure. Double switch. Okay. Well now, I'd like to just switch in Rayquaza and go for the Hard Scald into Groudon. That might not knock out with the Light Screen, unfortunately. But that's still okay. These are the kind of teams you see in Team Preview and you're just like, oh man. Cursed Body activates too, that's fine. Getting the Light Screen up is huge though, specifically to deal with this Gengar, so that's good. I'm thinking of actually Icy Winding instead of Scalding here, because I don't think I'll knock out Groudon anyway. Yeah, let's do that. If I Icy Wind, I'll guarantee be faster with Fini next turn, and then Rayquaza will outspeed everything as well. So then I can just launch like a Dragon Ascent into the Gengar slot. I want to conserve Nao Ego for the Xerneas. Chansey is honestly a pretty nice tech though. I mean, Light Screen and Ally Switch, like it's so bulky and takes attacks so well. It's gonna taunt, that's fine. That's ideal actually. Hopefully we don't miss here. Precipice Blades. Ooh, we actually get the dodge, which is fortunate. Don't think that really mattered. I mean, we're definitely surviving. If anything, that would actually just proc the berry, which is ideal. But now I'm in a really good spot, because I can just launch Dragon Ascent into Gengar and Scald into Groudon. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. The Groudon probably switches out into Chansey as Gengar protects. But I still don't really lose anything from that, because my Rayquaza pressures everything on my opponent's side. I suppose you could actually switch Groudon out into Xerneas and protect Gengar, but once again, you're not knocking me out. I've got Haze pressure against the Xerneas. I'm just waiting to stall out Light Screen, basically. Although, if I could have redone this turn, I actually would have doubled up into Groudon with Dragon Ascent and Scald, not Dragon Ascent Gengar. Because I think Gengar surely protects here to keep the lockup. So, that was me clicking my attacks too fast. I'd rate my play at today like a 4 out of 10, honestly. Just kind of been clicking buttons, but he does stay in with both, which is interesting. So maybe he'll make me look a little bit smarter. Maybe he just doesn't expect the Scald from Tapu Fini. That could be the case too. He could be thinking like, why would you switch into Rayquaza and not Scald? Yeah, okay, he's just gonna sack the Gengar. Nice. Yeah, that's a big knockout out of the way. It is a shame because I will have to reveal that I have Scald here. But that's still okay. Okay, Light Screen wears off too, which is good because now, so that means now the Groudon will definitely faint from a Scald as Xerneas comes out. I mean, you'd probably want to switch Groudon out into the Chansey. want to lose Rayquaza quite yet. I want to switch Rayquaza out into Incineroar, I think. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I'm still taunted, right? I might as well Icy Wind then, yeah. Taunt should wear off, and then I can Haze if he does try to Geomancy. Unless Groudon stays in here, which would be shocking because I revealed Scald. It's a weird game. What? Wow, he just stayed in with... Interesting. I mean, that's still fine. Just slightly risky on my opponent's end to make such a play. Moonblast, Grass Knot, Protect. Is the last one Geomancy, or is he just not running Geo? Okay, so Precipice Blades will connect, but that's fine. Yeah. I mean, now I can just bring out Now Ego. It's just a weird game. That's annoying because obviously I could have just Scalded. Like, I don't get why you don't switch in a Chansey there unless you make that hard of a read, but it ended up working out. Yeah, I'm gonna Scald and surely now you protect Xerneas, switch Groudon out. But he's staying in with Groudon. Does he not know that Skull's just gonna knock him out? Am I missing something here? Like, there's no sun out anymore, yeah. Or light screen. Okay. Seems weird. I just feel like that's suboptimal on my opponent's end because it's just so much better to get in Chansey, conserve your Groudon. There's no reason to just give it up like that, but I guess my opponent wasn't expecting it to knock out. I don't know. I feel like I should be down more in this game. But I'll take that. Yeah, I'm just gonna Icy Wind and Sludge Bomb. You can Ally Switch all you want, but he's not even gonna Ally Switch. That should lock up the game for us. Just a weird game, though. Especially with Poison. Yeah, they'll seal things up. I don't know. I feel like my opponent had a really strong team, honestly. Like obviously Groudon Xerneas is really good, and Chansey is actually a really big threat considering what I brought to this game. Let's see if that knocks us out. I actually did get the knockout. I wasn't expecting it to. You know, I respect this Chansey set. It's not your typical minimize like shenanigans, like heal pulse. That's actually really cool. Yeah, what do we see? Heal pulse, ally switch, light screen, soft boiled, presumably. Yeah, it's a solid set. But yeah, my opponent can't deal with both of these major Pokemon right now. I'm just gonna go for the knockout onto Chansey. I'm just gonna Dragon Ascent Chansey, Sludge Bomb, Xerneas. Sludge Bomb should knock out from that range. If you ally switch, then the Dragon Ascent goes into the Chansey. That brings it under half. I'll survive a Moonblast, presumably from Xerneas, and we should be good. Yeah, if you ally switch, that just means the Dragon Ascent goes into Xerneas, and that should feint from Poison afterwards anyway. Heal Pulse is actually a great tech move, though. I mean, this Chansey really could have caused me some problems. I feel like I don't know why my opponent just sacked Groudon the way he did. Because the team is definitely quite strong. Like, if anything, I'm actually really impressed by Chansey after this game. We haven't won yet, so let's not count our chickens, and we are going to see the ally switch. That's fine, though. It's funny because Shedinja is obviously something that has risen in popularity recently. I think Dragonus... actually, this is not very invested. Yeah, but it's going to feint after the poison, so it's fine. So he did have Geomancy, but he decided to save it all the way until now. Okay. Yeah, you know, I was actually scared of Moonblast critting the Rayquaza and then us being in a 1v1 situation with Nihiego against Chansey, because Chansey can just soft-boiled away. And I think I actually lose the 1v1 there. I should survive a Moonblast with the Salt Vest at -1. But Geomancy... Yeah, I guess my opponent was just hoping I would double up into the Chansey slot. Or sorry, into like the Xerneas slot and get the Geomancy off, but that should close up the game for us. Not too happy about that one, though. I feel like I didn't play very well. My opponent, it was more of my opponent making some odd plays as opposed to me, like, outplaying my opponent. Team Preview was so scary, though. Not bringing Xerneas, I don't know. I mean, based off what my opponent ended up bringing, like, Xerneas probably could have worked, especially if he prioritized knocking out Gengar, but it's still kind of tricky. So we do get another win, but yeah, I'm not, like, very fond of the wins today, because I don't think I played very well. I think game 1 I definitely made some pretty big misplays and like was still in a position to win, but needed some like RNG not to go terribly against me. But you never want to be in that position. You'd rather just be in a spot where like you're guaranteed to win. And that second game was quite scary, despite going up against someone in like the 1400s. Like I think like Chansey was actually a really big threat against my team, and the only real way to deal with it is with Rayquaza. So if you lose Rayquaza, then Chansey can just blow through everything, assuming it's soft boiled, because we only saw Ally Switch, Heal Pulse, and Light Screen. So I don't know what the last attack is. If it wasn't soft boiled, then okay, yeah, maybe my life is a little bit easier, but surely with the Chansey you'd want to run soft boiled. So that was actually a really cool demonstration of Chansey. I think like it's super viable, and my opponent should have switched out Groudon into it, because that would have made my life a lot more difficult. So yeah, like the game wasn't really hard to win because my opponent didn't do that, but it would have been a lot harder to play around that because I didn't have great answers against Chansey. So kind of interesting to see that in VGC 2019. Anyway, that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Doing my best to climb up with this team, but also just learn the format and, you know, have some fun. So thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time. All right, peace.